Hey YouTube, it's Mandak coming at you with another video. Um, so like I said before, I was on vacation last week, so hence the reason why I didn't have a video last week. You know, it's I'm back from vacation. About to start work again tomorrow, which it shouldn't be too bad. This week's a short week. We have 4th of July right in the middle of the week, so it should be nice just to ease back into work, I guess, after vacation. But just wanted to share, a few orders that I got over the week. Like I said before in my last video, I'm actually moving my hiatus date for buying comic books up to July 8th. So July 8th through August 8th is when I will not be buying any comic books. That is my hiatus month. It's to give me some time to catch up and also just give me some time to just save money and, just kind of pace myself out a little bit. As you can see, kind of having a little issue already with the amount of space I have. But yeah, so I thought I'd just break down some of the stuff I got. Over the past about 2 weeks or so, I bought which In Stock Trades is a great website to get releases of collections. They usually run sales between 42 and 50% off. Stuff I got here was all, I think, 45% off because they had an extra 3% off sale going on. So I picked that up. And then I also went to my Books A Million yesterday with my dad because he was looking for a book. And I got some stuff that I wasn't even looking for. They restocked it, and I grabbed it. I might need to go back after see if they have any new things. But some really cool stuff that I was looking for, and I just snagged for a pretty good price too. So yeah, so we'll dive into it. I don't have these separated by the 2 different places I went and got them. I just have it separated by the size of the books. So I'll start off with the smallest book and start off. So no single issues. I just bought collections today. I don't know if that disappoints anyone, but whatever. So the first book we'll get into is the last book that I needed for my new Avengers collection, and I'm so glad that I have it now because now I have all of Bendis's Volume 1 New Avengers material to finally sit down and read through now. So and that volume is New Avengers Volume 12, Power Loss. So I've seen this in stores. I've seen it go for $5 in like a premiere hardcover version. And I actually spent just a tiny bit more, only like a few bucks more for this collection because it's paperback. And the reason why I wanted it in paperback was because everything else I have are these volumes that are in paperback. So I wanted to have the continuity. I have freaking 12 other volumes of this, so I felt like it would look really odd to have one volume look like a hardcover and the rest of them be paperbacks. So pick this up from In Stock Trades. And what's nice about picking it up on In Stock Trades is that this book is brand spanking new. The spine's not worn. The edges are perfect. It's a brand spanking new book. So didn't pay too much for this. I think I paid around $8, which for a pretty thick trade is a pretty good deal. I think this is around like 150 pages, maybe 180 pages. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's just some more New Avengers stuff. Like I said before, I finished all of the Ultimate Spider-Man. Really enjoyed Bendis's writing, so excited to see what he has in store for this. So now I have all of Mighty Avengers, all of New Avengers Volume 1 stuff. So once I read all that, I think my plan is to then branch out and start reading the Volume 2, Mighty Avengers, Volume 2, New Avengers, which I think Volume 2 New Avengers is actually collected in the Hickman Avengers Omnibus. So I don't have to worry about collecting that, I guess. But yeah, so excited to read this. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so great. Finally, glad I picked that up. I was waiting for the longest time. I was collecting those. I think when I first started collecting the New Avengers stuff, it was back in like September of last year, and I was patiently waiting to find all these paperbacks for cheap. Like some of them I found for $2-3. This one I just could not find anywhere, so I just got tired of trying to find it, and I just went on IST and bought it. So yeah, talked a lot about that little book. Okay, so the next 2 books here Oh, they're not in order, so let me make them in order. So the first book I found, this was at Books A Million. I found this for $10, which I actually got it for about like $8, I think, after all the discounts and stuff. Marvel Earth's Mightiest Hero, Volume 1. I don't know, this technically, I don't think you can call it a complete collection. I mean, it's the size of a complete collection. You know, it's a little bit on the skinnier side, but you know, this has a bunch of Captain Marvel stuff. I think the first half of this volume I own in a trade, which I'm going to try to sell because I don't, you know, obviously no reason to have double dipping, but I went with these paperbacks because number one, they're cheaper. It's cheaper to have this in all one spot. I mean, I paid $8 for this versus trying to find, you know, the other trade, and by all said and done, I probably spend a lot more money. Not a lot more, but more money. So I got this. This is the first volume. Collects a 2012 series by DeConnick. DeConnick? I don't know if that's how you say your name. DeConnick. It's Heli Sue DeConnick. Bunch of different artists on this. I think, you know, after you know, a certain amount of time, it starts to go downhill. But you know, just trying to get some material. You know, trying to read up on Captain Marvel before her movie in March. Just trying to see what her character's about. I know the vague origins of it, you know, but I haven't really seen a lot of. I haven't really read a lot of Captain Marvel stuff. So, and these collections look really nice on the shelf. You can see here, they all look the same like this. So, got Volume 1, so it has that series 1 to 12, 2012 series, and then I bought Volume 3, which, you know, a lot of people recognize. You know, Captain Marvel. This is the thumbnail that's on a lot of different you know, YouTube videos and stuff like that about Captain Marvel. So pretty iconic looking image here. This is kind of what they're going to go by for the movie, except I guess the mohawk on the back. I don't know if they're going to use that, but got them. And this collects stuff that I think I have all in has 3 trades. So I can easily sell those 3 trades for how much this is worth, probably more, and get some money back. So that's why I opted for this. This is Volume 3. So I just got to hunt down Volume 2 now, and I think there's a Volume 4 that came out, and that has the end of this series that came out in 2014. I think it collects like issues 12 through 15 of this series, because it collects issues 1 through 11. But the last volume, Volume 4, collects 12 to 15, and then Captain Marvel and the Carol Corps, 1 through 4. I think that came out during Secret Wars. So, you know, and you know, they're all going to look like, you know, great on the shelf. Just want to read some Captain Marvel stuff, and this is the easiest way to do that. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. I don't really have a lot of expectations going in. I mean, I don't really know a lot about the character, so I'm excited to see what's going on. You know, my plan going forward is to get some more older stuff with Captain Marvel, but I don't know how easily that's collected, if at all. So we'll see. With the movie coming out, chances are they'll probably have some more collections announced. I'm pretty sure there are already some out already in anticipation for that movie, but we'll see. The next book. This is something that I was looking for. You know, was looking online, and it was, you know, nowhere was selling it for a pretty cheap price. I mean, it's a pretty skinny book, but it was going for, you know, 20-some bucks, and that is Infinity Crusade, and this is Volume 1. So I still need to find Volume 2, and this is just me trying to just hunt down all the Infinity books. As of right now, you know, I have Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Gauntlet Aftermath, Infinity War. I still need Infinity War Aftermath, and I have both Infinity Watch volumes, which I think one of them double dips with material and Infinity Crusade. I think it's Volume 1. So depending on what I can find going forward, I might have to sell that that volume. But you know, this is the follow-up series to Infinity War, and I really liked Infinity War. I thought it was a really good take. You know, kind of using Warlock's Ultra Self, you know, as the villain was pretty cool. Having Thanos team up with the villains to take him down, thought was a pretty good twist. And then this is the opposite, you know, using Warlock's. I'm assuming Warlock's, like, you know, benevolent side instead of his malicious side, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see how it looks. It's very 90s. This is getting up to, I think, like 1995 or something. Let me see. I'm trying to see when this originally published. No, I can't find it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like 95 because Infinite Gauntlet was like 92, maybe 94. We'll see. But yeah, it was cool. I found it for, like I said, found this for about $8 online. It easily goes for about, the cheapest I've seen it is at like 16, 17 bucks when shipping's factored in. So cool. Just need to find volume 2 now, which hopefully I can find soon. And like I said, it's a pretty skinny book. For $20, I think it's a little bit overpriced, but what are you gonna do? So cool stuff there. Jim Starlin, obviously. So we'll see how it goes. Next book. Actually, the next 3 books I found were Epic Collections, which, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of. You can see them all right there, lit. So the next 3 books were Epic Collections, which are nice to have, just filling in that volume 1 material that has gaps. The first one I found at Books A Million, and I was not expecting to find this at all. It was pretty low on my priority list, mostly because it's not stellar stuff, but it's stuff that I kind of want to revisit and reread. And that is, I'll stop talking about it and I'll show it to you, is X-Men Children of the Atom Epic Collection. And this is volume 1 of the X-Men Epic Collection line. This collects X-Men 1 to 23. So Stan Lee's run, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's run, and then Roy Thomas would pick up afterward for writing. I'm not sure who Roth is. I haven't read anything of his stuff, but I actually had most of this material. I think all of it in a classic X-Men Essential volume 1 that I bought like 6-7 years ago. Ended up selling it because I didn't want to. I'm kind of trying to phase out my my Essentials because they're black and white, and I don't really like. After reading stuff in color, you don't want to go back to black and white anymore. But so I sold that, and I read actually I think the first 6 or 7 issues of X-Men. Got bored because it was in black and white and stopped reading it. So I was looking to buy the Epic Collection because that came out. This came out a while ago, I think, and looking online, I couldn't find it for cheaper than $20, and I was like, I'll just wait and see if I can find it somewhere cheap and jump on it. And I was looking through at Books A Million yesterday, and I saw it, and I was like, holy shit! It's one of those things you kind of just see in the store, and you're like, yeah, I want that. So I snagged that, and this was $8, $8-9 for a 500+ page book. Retail on this is $40. I would say that's a pretty good deal. Over 75% off cover. And a lot of people, don't really like when they think of X-Men, they automatically go to Claremont stuff, which is collected in Omnibus right here. And that's usually the hits of what people like. But this is really important too because it established the origins of the team. Established Xavier, Cyclops, Jean, Iceman, Angel, Beast. Had a lot of first appearances, of villains like Magneto, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, the Sentinels. So I'm excited to read this. I'm excited to read how the origins of the characters came to be. And for me, I don't really mind reading 60s comics. Especially for for Avengers, I really got through that stuff pretty fast. Even though that was 60s stuff. I mean, it was kind of a little bit later 60s. But I don't really mind reading that stuff. It doesn't really bore me. It's pretty easy to follow, I guess, in some ways. So excited to have this, and more importantly, excited to find this for such a cheap price too. Like I said before, Epic Collections aren't cheap. They're rising in price. I mean, I think there's one Daredevil collection that came out a while ago. I think it's like Heart of Darkness. That's like $45 now. So they've been rising in price ever since they came out. They were $35 coming out of the gate, and now they crept up to $40, and now there's some that are going for $45. So whenever you can find a deal like this, you gotta jump on it. So a lot of X-Men talking. you know, I might go back and reread that sometime later. You know, I kind of read it out of order. I kind of skipped all that and went straight to Claremont's stuff right here, right here. So yeah. So the next two Avengers Epic Collections are actually out of order. So let me move them around. So I guess I spoiled it. I got two Avengers Epic Collections, and these two were books that came out just recently over the past few months that I meant to buy when they first came out, but I just didn't get around to it. Had other stuff I needed to buy first before that. But these ones I had to buy on IST because they were, you know, new releases. I'm not even sure if we'll even see these in a Books a Million because they're pretty, you know, these books sell pretty good. Avengers stuff usually sells, I guess, better than other stuff. I don't know. But these are two gaps in my Avengers Epic Collections, my Avengers collection that I needed. And I'm excited that they came out. I remember hearing about them being announced last year and being super stoked for them to come out. So the first one is Avengers Defenders War Epic Collection. And just like the title suggests, this does collect the Avengers Defenders event and also all the material surrounding that event, which is really nice. You know, this is some nice Englehart Avengers stuff. And Sal Buscema on pencils, which, you know, I'm a big fan of his art, you know, as well as his brother John. So this collects Avengers. I guess I probably should have gone through all the stuff. I guess I did. This collects Avengers 115 to 128, giant size #1. Defenders 8 through 11. So that's where you get the Avengers Defenders War stuff. Captain Marvel #33 and Fantastic Four #150. So a lot of early, still, you know, fairly early Avenger stuff, you know, 73, 74. So this will come after the Behold the Vision Epic Collection, but will come right before the Final Threat. I think, let's see. Okay, no, so there is, so Final Threat starts at issue 150, I think, of Avengers, and this ends at 128. So I'm assuming there's going to be one more Epic Collection between Avengers Defenders War and the Final Threat. So, but regardless, this is really nice to have. You know, if you're just trying to get into Avengers, I wouldn't suggest buying this unless you're really into them. You can easily just read the Avengers Defenders War Epic Collection and probably be okay, or Avengers Defenders War collection that just has the event and be okay with that. But for me, you know, I'm a collectionist. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to like collecting everything for Avengers. I already have all the Avengers Epic collections, so I figured I'd get these two. But this is really cool. You know, this is just some early stuff. You know, and just thumbing through. You know, the art looks really cool. Really excited to read it. You know, and just go back to reading some Avengers. I read all the ones I had right here in one marathon last summer, so I'm excited to dive back into them and, you know, just fill in some gaps of history of Avengers that I haven't read. So, yeah, you know, I paid about $22 for this, I think, which is pretty good. You know, $40 cover price, so pretty good deal. Another good addition, and like again, it's a brand new book because it came out on IST. And the last book I have here, which I'm really excited to have because it leads up to the events of Operation Galactic Storm, is the Avengers, the Collection Obsession Epic Collection, which is kind of you know, accurate for me. Obsessed with collecting comics, so had to get the Collection Obsession Epic Collection. That's really a lot of collections in there. But no. So, you know, this is very, this is early 90s Avengers. So, like I said before, this leads up right before, I think the Obsession Collection, or the Collection Obsession, was a event that came right before Galactic Storm. So they didn't just make up a name for this. That's actually the name of the event that this book revolves around. And this collects Avengers 334 to 344, annual number 20, Avengers Death Trap, The Vault, and material from Incredible Hulk, annual number 17, Namor the Submariner, annual number 1, Iron Man, annual number 12, and Avengers West Coast, annual number 6. And I think I've actually read Ironman annual number 12. Let me see what. Trying to see what that one is about. Sorry, you'll have to see me thumbing through this. Yeah, I think. Oh, actually, this might be a separate part of that annual that wasn't in the other collection. But regardless, it's still a thick book. You know, about 500 pages, 491 pages, and I actually just looked at the last page, and the last page is like coming up next. Let's see. Yeah, it's like next issue. You must read Captain America number 348 next month for the first part of Operation Galactic Storm. So, and then this ties into that. So now I know I'm promoting a lot of Galactic Storm stuff. So how would you collect that? Well, you can get the 2 volumes of Operation Galactic Storm, or you can get, they actually have an epic collection for Galactic Storm, which I don't have. But you know, I don't really need to get it since I have both volumes of Galactic Storm. But yeah, regardless though, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little off track. This is a cool collection, you know, just have some Avenger stuff. Again, this is not, you know, this is not like stellar stuff, but just a gap that was previously uncollected. So it's nice to have it in this thick paperback. And right now I think I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 epic collections for Avengers. So getting up there, that's probably almost 200 issues of Avengers. So as you can probably tell, I hope if Marvel never stops printing these epic collections, or they at least print up until they can have everything collected. That would be great. So that is my whole haul. So you know, just trying to go through some stuff. So probably next week I'll go through my single issues. I think that's probably what I'll have planned, since I'm not gonna be able to do any haul videos because I won't be buying books. But I will go through. I will show. I think I'm gonna do my Iron Man singles. So that should be fun. But other than that, that's been my haul video. I don't know how hot it is out where you guys are, but just stay warm, or stay cold, I guess, stay cool. It's like 100 degrees up where I live, so got the air conditioning going, all that stuff. So until next time, guys, I'll see you on the flip side, I guess. I can't talk. I need to just go. Have a great week, guys. Bye.